The investigation sure went fast, and so did the arrest. That's Damian Williams, their DA at the Southern District of New York, talking about what he says was quite the crypto crisis and a lot of dirty money. And he's talking about the arrest of disgraced crypto CEO Sam Bankman-Fried, who is now in the process of being extradited after being arrested in the Bahamas for what the DA is saying a number of fraud schemes, 4 different areas of conduct, from violating campaign finance laws to defrauding investors and basically using money for personal benefit, money that he didn't really have. For more, let's bring in ABC News business reporter Alexis Christoforous, also legal contributor Shauna Lloyd. All right, so let's start with you, Alexis. Really, there isn't anything new that we heard. We just got a little more details on exactly what the campaign finance charges involved, or the violation of those laws, rather, and the contributions that Bankman-Fried made, and then also a little more detail on the areas of conduct and the fraud that he committed. So lay out what you see here, and if you deemed anything new from what we heard from the DA and also the heads of course, the other organizations there, from the SEC to the FTC.
Mm-hmm. Well, Kira, I think we expected this, but under no uncertain terms, the U.S. attorney saying we are not done, meaning that more indictments are expected. He basically told those who are involved with FTX at a high level, he said, you should come to us first. Don't let us have to come to you. So this may just very well be the beginning, this indictment with Sam Bankman-Fried. They called this a complex and sprawling case, again referring to the FTX collapse as a house of cards. What I found interesting was that they went into a little detail about how it all happened so quickly. They said he created a veneer of legitimacy, those are their words, of risk controls, claiming that customer assets were safe, segregated, and secure. We know now that is not true. And since the inception of FTX in 2019, regulators are alleging that Bankman-Fried took investor money at that time when the company was actually formed and started to funnel it into its hedge fund and use it to buy luxury items for himself and for family members. So we're learning more and more about this spectacular collapse. And again, we heard regulation is coming, right? The head of the SEC saying that unlike other assets, if you put your money in a bank, it's FDIC insured, meaning deposits are federally backed and protected against failure and theft. That's not the case when it comes to the crypto industry, and you can bet that's going to change real fast.
You know, that's a really great point to bring up, and Sean, I'll get to you in just a moment here about just the legal ramifications and the charges and what Sam could face now. But back to the changes, you bring up a good point. There already was such a, I guess you could say, a lack of understanding, right, when crypto came into reality for investors and just, you know, average people like us that were learning about it, didn't really understand it. We also knew a lot of people were investing in it that really didn't understand it. And then you start seeing all these famous faces and personalities that were advertising for it. So you kind of just went on kind of a blind trust in many ways. What do you foresee now moving forward, the changes that could be made, and just the result of this investigation and the amount of money and how many people really got taken for a ride?
Yeah, well, look, confidence in this industry, in the crypto industry, has been eroded, no doubt, because of the collapse of FTX. We've seen other firms go bankrupt that were very dependent on FTX, and we're seeing investors get very skittish and start to take their money out of a lot of these exchanges. Does this mean the end of crypto as we know it? No, it just means that it's going to have to go through some growing pains. For some people, that's going to be more painful than others, namely those who lost a lot of money here. But, you know, regulators are going to be looking at this as they would any other financial institution like a bank, and there needs to be put in place some protections so that if you're going to invest in crypto, you can have some confidence that your money is going to be there.
All right, so what do we think, Shauna? What could he face now that you've basically seen the 4 different areas of conduct that the DA laid out and exactly the charges that have been made, what they're accusing him of? I mean, you have the campaign finance laws here that he went against, and also you've got how he defrauded investors and even used his company with dirty money, shall we say.
Absolutely. He's facing significant charges here. When we look at these allegations and these particular charges, they carry significant criminal penalty time, some of them up to 20 years. So that's a significant amount of time for someone at his age range. I mean, we're looking at heavy penalties, we're looking at fines, we're looking at additional sanctions when it comes to what has happened, because they are going to be looking to recover some of this money in addition to levying these penalties against him.
All right, Alexis, Shauna, thank you so much.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.